I was telling him that I wish that I thought that I could build something at an early age, because in my mind, I thought that I'm supposed to do X, Y, Z. Like, this is the only path to life. I never thought about building a business. That was never in my brain. And it's not because I couldn't do it. It was just not a part of my thought process.
I can feel it in the air. Yeah, yeah. It's gonna be a good day.
I'm starting to really believe that communication is the key. I think communication is the key. We need to start communicating more. Let's just start communicating more. Let's have more.
What's up, Team Jackson? It's your girl Shara. I am back with another video. If you are new to our channel, please be sure to subscribe, like, share, and comment, and click on that post notification bell so that you'll be notified every single time we post a new video. Okay, guys, I want to talk to you a little bit. Okay, so if you've seen a video I did, I think it was a few weeks ago, I talked a little bit about depression. Look at Tyson back there in the background, y'all. He always photobombing. You want to say hey real quick? Go ahead and say hey.
Hey.
All right. See you later. So, I know I talked before about depression a little bit. And I don't know about y'all, but sometimes I know I sit around here and I'm like, what in the world is going on in my life right now? Like, what in the world? Like, what is this thing? You know, because it's a constant struggle sometimes just with your thinking process and just trying to get your mind right, trying to get your mind straight as to what you want to do next and what you plan on doing as far as trying to build something. But sometimes it's like I can't get focused. You know, it's like I can't get focused. And so when I really thought about this thing, I was just like, you know what? I think, and it's 100% true. I believe one of the biggest devices of the enemy, one of the biggest challenges of the enemy is the mind. That, you know, the mind. Sometimes we think that it's some type of attack, physical attack. Sometimes we think it's somebody, you know, coming to us with some craziness or whatever. But when you really think about the biggest battle in life, to me, is what's in our mind. Because at the end of the day, I know I cannot control the actions and the different things that other people do. I can't control that at all. I can't do nothing about that. But one thing I can do is, you know, do something that helps my thinking. And that gives us power that you will not believe. Like, y'all got to think about it like this. For those of y'all that watch sports, think about it like this. Okay, one of the biggest things they do, especially in the game of basketball, they do it in all games, but especially in a game of basketball, they do what they call junk talking. They sit there, they talk trash about your mama, they talk trash about your sister, your wife, whatever. They talk trash about you. And one of the biggest reasons why they do that, because they know that if your mind and your thinking is off course, it will affect your physical ability. Think about that. What's going on in your head will affect your physical ability. It does not mean that you're not able to execute. It does not mean that you don't have the skills, but the way you think can slow down, or it can interrupt you executing something or you doing something well. So when you think about it like that, it's like, some of us aren't doing things well because it's really our thought process. I know that's one of my biggest struggles, y'all. I'll be honest. Because I be sitting here like, I know I can build this. I know I can do this. But then that little thought will come behind that and say, maybe you can't. No, you don't know. You know, and then you start doubting yourself, and then before you know it, you just won't even do it because of your head, y'all. Not because you can't do it or you don't have the ability to do it. It has nothing to do with that. It's because of what is up in here, pretty much. So when you think about, hold on a second. Like when you think about like depression, anxiety, just thoughts about yourself, a lot of that is really what's in our thought process, what's in our mind. And I know you guys know this already. You know, with our body, you know, we have different beings. We have a spiritual being and we have a physical being, and we have to take care of both. And a lot of times we're so caught up in our physical being that we forget about the mental part of it, when in fact the mental part of it is what's going to drive the physical part of it. If we mentally decide to do something physically, if we mentally decide to do something, then it's going to come out physically. So when I thought about that thing, that really, really inspired me and said, you know what? I have to really take control of my thoughts. I have to really take power over my life and that type of stuff. Because I'm telling y'all, it gets rough. And I know you guys understand exactly what I'm talking about when things don't flow a certain way. And I'm telling you, I don't know what it is about this particular season in my life, but it seems like everything is going wrong. Everywhere. It's like things are just going wrong. It's like I've never been this part. I've never experienced this at all in my life. I've never experienced where this is messed up, this is messed up, that is messed up. I've never experienced that ever, 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 ever. And so now, because I'm having to deal with so many different things, so many different people, in so many different aspects of my life, it becomes very overwhelming. And then for me personally, I start to think and I try to figure out, okay, how do I fix this? And how do I fix that? How do I make this right? But I'm going to be 100. Look, some things I know that I cannot fix. I cannot fix what people think of me. I cannot fix what people think I should be doing. That's not my problem. The only thing I can do is take hold and take power over my life and say, you know what? I am going to decide to do this, and I am going to decide to do that, because I'm going to be honest, I want to start a business. I know I've told you guys this before, as far as my career path that I was in. I'm in the military. I'm about to retire. So what I want to do is I want to start something else and think about the path that I've taken on this whole time. Those of y'all familiar with the military, y'all know that it's kind of like, this is how it goes. This is how it goes. We want you to do this. You do have a free reign to think and to kind of go outside the box, but a lot of it is standard. A lot of it is standard. And so you don't worry about what you're wearing. I've never in 19 years had to worry about what I was wearing, because I knew exactly what I'm wearing when I go to work. I mean, I never had to pick an outfit in like 19 years for work. I haven't had to do that. And it's pretty cool though, you know, I never had to think about that. And so when you think about that part of it, it's like, you know, this is going to be a very new adventure for me. So what I'm trying to do is get my mind straight to say, yes, you can build this business. Yes, you can do that. I want to share a story because I think it was last week or something like that. I was talking to one of my coworkers, and he was talking about his career path, how he came in the military and that type of stuff. We were just talking a little bit about it. And then he was saying that he chose the military because he felt that it would put him in a good, positive it would give him a positive future for his life, because his upbringing was in the look at my kids. Because his upbringing was in I can't remember if it was in the projects. I can't remember exactly what it was, but it was a low income type of situation. And then we were sitting there talking about going to college and those different things. And I was telling him that I wish that I thought that I could build something at an early age, because in my mind, I thought that I'm supposed to do X, Y, Z. Like, this is the only path to life. I never thought about building a business. That was never in my brain. And it's not because I couldn't do it. It was just not a part of my thought process. So we were just talking, and he was talking about one of his friends. One of his friends was very skilled in basketball. And look at Layla again. One of his friends is very skilled in basketball, and he wanted to go to college. And so what he did was he sold drugs in order to pay for college. And so I'm sitting there naive, and I'm asking him like, well, why didn't he just apply for a student loan? Like, why would he sell drugs to go to college? He said, because we didn't know. He said, where I come from, you either went to the military or you went a job. He said, because of where I came from, we had no idea that we were able to apply for college, that we were able to get student loans. Nobody showed them how to do it. And then it was just like, so pretty much because they didn't have the knowledge to do that, that's why they didn't go in that path. And that really astonished me, because I already knew that, especially being an African American, and especially if you're in a poorer environment, I already knew that the opportunities for education was limited in a certain sense, but it never registered to me as far as the information not being shared with them, and for them to feel like the only way to getting out of this situation is to do this or to do that. And that really baffled me. And that all goes back to, like I was saying, the mind. Think about how each neighborhood, each family, think about how progressive a lot of our children would be if they just knew that they could go to school, or if they just knew that they could be successful. So that's why I'm just talking about like the education. And when I talk about education, I'm not talking about it in a sense of a formal education. You could be well educated and not go one day in school. But I'm just talking about the education of us just knowing what is available to us and what we are capable of doing. And so I'm telling you, one of the most powerful weapons that we have is our thought process. That is the most powerful weapon we have. People are going to say what they want to say. People are going to judge, however they want to judge it. But if you think you can do it, I'm telling y'all, it's going to happen. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. That situation really saddened my heart, because I was so ignorant, y'all, because I had an idea as far as how African-American low-income families were affected, but I did not comprehend the impact correctly, because when I was having that conversation, it just kind of blew me away as to what he said, because I'm like, whoa, that's it. But I just wanted to kind of encourage everybody to say that, look, if you believe you're smart, if you believe you're successful, if you believe you're healed, you are. And that's just how it is. Whenever you look at studies of people that have cancer, normally the people that survive the cancer are the people that believe they're going to make it. A lot of times when people pass away, it's because they're ready to go, because their mind is saying, I'm done with this. But I guarantee you, most cases, when people believe that they are healed, they are healed. Because, of course, it's because of the power of God, but it's because of their belief in the power of God and the belief in their healing. So that's when their healing comes forth. So that tells you the power that is in our thoughts, y'all. The power that's in our thoughts. Have you ever thought about a beautiful person or somebody that's handsome, but when you talk to them, they really don't think much of themselves. But then when you look at them from your view, you're just like, I don't understand why he or she doesn't feel good about themselves, because they look at them. They look very beautiful. They're very handsome. It's because of the mind, y'all. Because if you believe that you are not attractive, then you're not. Not because it's true, but it's what people say is your truth, because that's what you think. But it's not necessarily true, and it's not how God looks at you anyway in the first place. I was watching, I was doing like a throwback. Oprah Winfrey had a show about this lady. She had like so many plastic surgeries. And then they showed the before picture and the after picture. When I looked at the before picture, I said, that's a beautiful woman right there. The after picture, I'm not saying that she wasn't attractive, but what my point is, there was nothing wrong with her in the first place. And then Oprah even asked her, she was just like, do you think that this plastic surgery view of you is more beautiful? Which one do you think is prettier? And she was like, oh, I don't think either one is prettier. I just think they're different. But I'm just telling y'all, it's like I think we underestimate the power of our thoughts. The power of our thoughts. I mean, it's everything. When you look at people who do martial arts, they'll tell you, you know, the people that break the bricks or they break the wood, it's because it starts here, and they'll tell you that. So I'm just telling y'all, we have the most powerful weapon. It's our brain, but a lot of times we don't utilize it. It's actually, you know, we really don't utilize it to its full potential. But I'm just encouraging y'all and myself, especially myself, because the only reason why I'm really doing this video, y'all, is because I struggle. I struggle. And so a part of this conversation for me is to encourage myself in the process. So I'm not preaching to y'all, I'm preaching to myself too as well, you know. So I just want to tell y'all that God has given us one of the most powerful weapons, but that's the first line of attack that the enemy likes to use, is our thought process. So that way, if he makes us believe we can't do it, and if we're not healed and all that other stuff, then it's almost like he has conquered it all. So that's really all, y'all. That's what I wanted to share with you today. But I just love you guys, and it's been great talking with y'all. And if you are new to our channel, make sure you subscribe, like, share, and comment, and click the post notification bell so that you'll be notified every single time we post a new video, y'all. So I'm signing out, Team Jackson. Peace and love.
I'm starting to really believe that communication is the key. I think communication is the key. We need to start communicating.